Hey guys, it is your coach Tanya Griss, and I have some thoughts running through my head today. So I'm just going to talk about those on our thought of the day today for our live lunch date. My thought today is specifically that question that I just put in there: is it a mountain or is it a molehill? The reason that I am talking about this today is because life is not easy by any means. There will always be trials, there will always be triumphs, there will always be obstacles, there will always be somebody that's upset with you, somebody that you can't make happy, someone that no matter what you do, they're going to be upset with you, or they're going to talk about you, or they are just not your tribe. And a lot of times in life, we make a mountain out of a molehill. And a very small problem that could be like a little grain of salt ends up being this big, huge pie. And we make a big deal out of it. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? So that's why I wanted to talk about this today. And talk about how we need to know the difference. Because sometimes when it's a stressful situation, or the moment really gets to us, or anything like that, we tend to make a big deal out of that one specific thing that might be going on. And it might not be a big deal. So that's why that was my question today. Is it a mountain or a molehill? I find that I do that sometimes, is, because I hold so much in that, from a million different little things, little things, they all add up, and then one small thing can happen and I can explode sometimes. And that is making a mountain out of a molehill. It could be something small like you didn't put your dish in the dishwasher and I blow up at the kids. So a lot of times when we're upset with a situation, what we need to do, and it's very hard to do, but what we need to do is we need to take a step back and we need to evaluate and really think about this situation. Is it right now, is this problem still going to exist? Hey, AIM, is this problem still going to be something that I'm going to remember? The thing that I'm mad about right now, am I going to remember about this a month from now? Is this something that is so important and such a big deal that it is never going to leave my mind, and it's something that I'm going to be thinking about or feeling about or something a month from now? If your answer is no to that question, then you're working with a molehill right there. You're not working with a mountain. You're not dealing with something that can't be fixed. You're not dealing with something that you can't get past. And you're not dealing with something that is a big, big deal. And that is where I feel that being able to do things like that, being able to see your triggers or know your triggers, or being able to know that if you're one like me, that you'll hold things in and hold things in and hold things in, and then an explosion happens, then you need to be someone that can communicate well, or someone that when little things are bothering you, you need to be with someone that when those little things bother you, you can tell them those little things and you can communicate, get it off your chest, and then that way it's not bottled up and there's no explosion in the end. So those are just some tips that I wanted to give you guys about the mountain and the molehill. I'd rather deal with a bunch of molehills, or some people call it anthills, whatever you might call them. I'd rather deal with a bunch of small problems than the big problem. Either way, I'm going to deal with them, and I'm going to hit it face on. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. Life is tough. We hit a little bump in our family over the weekend, so we had to deal with it. But I had to remind myself: is this a mountain or a molehill? Is this a small obstacle I need to get over? Is this something big that I really need to put a lot more time and effort into? Is this something worth getting frustrated about? Is this something worth, stressing out my heart, feeling sad, and things like that? If my answer is yes, then I take the time, I feel the sadness, I figure out what the problem is, and then we hit it face on. If the answer is not yes to that, I just need to be like, okay, I'm not worrying about that. That's a small thing. It's also a thing called pick your battles. Something that I do with my kids. I pick my battles. They aggravate me, or they don't listen about certain things, but I pick my battles of what I'm going to discuss with them, because I don't want to constantly be on their butts with everything. So that's just my thought that was going through my mind today. So you need to ask yourself, is it a mountain or is it a molehill? Bye.